welcome to day 5. Let's keep going with some eyes. Now remember, if you guys want to move on to the body and muscles and figure drawing, then move on to day 8. Otherwise, we will keep doing some beginner lessons on eyes and mouths and nose and the face. But again, I think these face lessons are a little bit more for beginners, so feel free to move on if you want. Here is what we are going to do. We're going to do a cognitive drawing exercise with one of these pairs of eyes, okay? So pick one. Which one do you want to really learn how to do? I'm going to pick this one. So what you can do is circle it. That way you're focused on that one only. Some students have like drawn one here and then they do another version of that and then they pick a different one for here. Don't do that. I'm all for you doing this exercise over with a different pair of eyes and then all the way through with another pair. If you want to make a photocopy of this page before you start, then that's what I would suggest doing. Or going through all 4 eyes if you want. But pick one, go all the way through the exercise, and don't switch back and forth. Otherwise, you won't retain as much. So what we're gonna do, I have this eye here, these eyes here that I wanna do. I'm gonna look at it for a little bit, and then I'm gonna just cover it up. Now, I don't have a clue. I'm just gonna, I don't know. I can't remember hardly anything. All I know is, well, here's our eyebrows. I mean, here's our eye shapes right there, you know, so we know that. And I just kept these shapes there just so that you have a little guide. And then this middle point right here so you kind of know, hey, that's where the bridge of the nose is, you know. But I don't remember any of the real details of those eyes, but I'm just gonna, I liked how they looked. I just don't remember. So see, this is the problem. When you see something, there's something you like about it, but you don't quite know why. So I'm just kind of doing the same thing we did on that first eyeball, on the very first page lesson, hoping that that's close, but I don't know. You know, I don't know. So maybe there's this kind of like little thing here. We got probably some bags under the eyes. I'm just guessing. I don't know if we're going to actually do eyebrows. I don't remember if there was even eyebrows on it. See, this is the beauty of cognitive drawing, is you don't have to know everything. It's about practicing it as good as you can. Okay, I think those are pretty good eyes, but I don't think they're the eyes that I wanted to learn. So let's look. Oh yes, so there's a little bit more of a sag, a bag here above the eye. The eyebrows are like that. The bridge of the nose is a lot wider. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this and draw these eyes again. So let's get to it. And one thing I want to say too is if you want to just do one side of the face, one eye at a time, you can do that. That might be helpful to beginners, is just to focus on one side of the face at a time. It's just like doing our eye exercise on that first day, but we're doing one side at a time. So anyway, let's do this. So I see, I'm going to just draw on that pupil. And we're kind of keeping the iris the same size on all these drawings. There's a little bit of an eye shine in there. I'm not quite getting it right. And then we have it's kind of like the eyelid covers up a lot of that eye. Oh, that's interesting. There's no bottom. There's no detail on the bottom of the eye. Boom. There we go. See, that's already looking pretty good. I almost feel like there's a little more space here than I drew. But this is definitely thicker. It's like all the emphasis is on that top shape. And then we have this big bagginess. It wraps around like that. And we just have a hint of a little bit of eyelashes and wrinkles there. And then there's that wide bridged nose. And this eyebrow that just kind of comes right up against that. That's pretty good. It's interesting. Okay, let me just do it over here too. It's really really almost, it looks like the really relaxed eyes, I guess would be a good way to describe it. It's almost like, and then this is weird. There's just no bottom part to that eye. There's a little line there, that's interesting. Okay, and then this kind of line continues, but this line is really heavy. And then this line is really heavy. And then this is just all right up against it. Kind of like that anyway. Okay, man, wonder if I'm going to be able to remember this. Okay, cover this all up. I'm going to have to do something a little different here. Okay, let me sharpen my pencil. Actually brought a pencil sharpener today. Okay, so I know our eyes are really low. Really relaxed, that was our line. And I remember there was this weird little reflection in there, which is kind of cool. It came past, but it just went and it almost like stopped. These were really big somehow. Really heavy. There was this wide bridge. I thought there was something else over here. I don't remember. And then there was this really big, thick line. Something kind of like that. And then we had our eyebrows, right? It kind of came and touched a little bit. And let's do the same thing over here. I remember this part was really big, really wide, and it seemed odd. And then it's like the bottom of the eye is hitting that iris, but we don't really see it. I don't really draw it. I just draw the top lines of the eye. And that interesting kind of window reflection in the eye, in the iris, in the pupil. Seems like this line came past. And then, yeah, this, I don't remember exactly that shape, but it was something like that. I feel like there's something underneath there, but I don't remember. Okay. Let's reveal this thing. Oh, there's some little eye things. Oh yeah, and really, it's close. I feel like these irises are a little bigger than how I've drawn them. But that shape is close. So the last time will be from reference. Generally, I like to have the last time you practice it be from reference, because that's when you do it from memory and then reference, your brain absorbs as much information, it seems like, as possible, at least for me. So let's try this one more time. It's because every time you draw it without reference and then draw it with reference, you really see the places where you messed up. So I'm going to just go a little wider on this eye. I think I kind of got this interesting little shape inside the eye there, at least close enough to where I like it. You know, you don't have to nail it necessarily, as long as you get it to where you like it. Oh, I didn't even get any of that. Some eyelashes. Drawing those kind of crazy. And then this. Darken that up quite a bit. I didn't get that shape at all. Okay, everything I'm doing, I keep looking back and forth between this reference and what I'm drawing. And man, a lot of these dots are really connecting. For these eyes. Okay. Well, it's close. It is close. Oh, I just messed up my little eye shine there. That's okay. All right, well, there we go. I have completed that one. So down here I say I encourage you to do this with a few different styles of eye drawings so you can retain what you want from each style. So there's, obviously, again, different styles of eyes, different things that you can pull from each one. There's some really interesting things I liked from this one, where not drawing that bottom line was really cool for me, and this really heavy eyelid line, and how close the eyebrows are to the eyelid. I don't generally draw eyes like that, so I am looking forward to applying that to some of my next eye drawings. Alrighty, well, that is day 5. Hopefully you enjoyed the lesson. I'm Jason Brubaker, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 6. Do you want to learn to draw the female figure quickly and from memory without going to an expensive art school? Hi, I'm artist Jason Brubaker, and Cognitive Drawing is a learn-to-draw workbook unlike anything you've ever seen. This workbook solved a difficult problem. How can artists learn to draw anything quickly without spending a fortune? I've spent 3 years developing this workbook to accomplish that goal, and I'm excited to finally share it with all of you. I grew up in a small town. I had no more than high school education, but I was determined to teach myself how to draw. Well, it worked. And at the age of 21, I was represented by a top storyboarding agency in Hollywood as their fastest artist. And I worked in Hollywood for the next 20 years on hundreds of projects with all the top studios, as well as my own comics and graphic novels. One of the questions I get asked over and over is, how did I get my artwork to this professional level without an expensive art education? Cognitive drawing, of course. Although I wasn't aware of it at the time, when I was a kid, I accidentally discovered this method that I would later learn is called the testing effect. Studies have shown that the testing effect is one of the most efficient ways your brain retains new long-term information, and this book was developed using these same scientific principles. Cognitive drawing has had over 1,000 beta testers, which have included homeschoolers, charter schools, high schools, and people who just wanted to expand on their college educations. Of those testers, 90% saw an immediate improvement in their drawing and retained what they learned. Over the course of 90 days, I'll be teaching you the techniques that made me the artist that I am. And with cognitive drawing, learning is as easy as sketch, test, results. Pick up your copy and let's get started. And pick up the second edition of the Mail book as well, which has been completely remastered with more tips, tricks, tutorials, and techniques.